Hey sweet friends, welcome back to my channel. Kay here from At Home with Kay. Thanks for clicking on this video today. Today I want to make some giant wooden candlesticks, and I'm going to bring you along with me as I do that. So I've had this piece of wood, I think it was from a bed my daughter had made, and she took it apart and just had all these random pieces of wood. I didn't even measure this, but I'm thinking it's about 18 or 20 inches long. I'm just sanding off the excess little shavings that was on here because were getting stuck in my fingers. So I'm just using a piece of sandpaper that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just sanding it off just to make sure that I have all those little snaggy pieces off of there. And then we're going to paint it. And I have two of these pieces of wood, and I'm going to use the straightest bottom part so for when I stand it up, that it won't fall over. So I'm going to use the straightest part on the bottom because I just don't have the ability to cut a piece of wood this thick. I've tried before with my miter box and saw, but it was just too much. You actually need like a sanding table type thingy to do that. One day I plan to have one of those and then I'll be able to do a lot more larger projects and stuff. But what I'm doing here is I'm taking my Waverly paint in plaster, and I'm just going to put a coat of paint on here, and I'm going to have to do about 2 coats on here to get it completely covered. My paint was starting to dry out, so I just added a little water to it to thin it out a little bit, and so I would have enough paint to stretch to go on these 2 pieces of wood because it was pretty low. Yeah, I'm so glad you guys stopped by my channel today. I'm really excited about making these candlesticks for Christmas. Christmas is in full swing on this channel. As you can see, at first I remember I said that it was weird for me doing Christmas DIYs, but now that's all is in my mind. I'm not even thinking about doing anything for fall. I actually have to remind myself that, Kay, it's not even Halloween, Thanksgiving hasn't even happened yet. You are ahead of yourself. Well, what I'm doing here is I took some antique wax and I'm just going to lightly brush it on, not so you can see all the streaks, but just a light little brushing to tone down the brightness of that plaster paint. And that's all I'm doing here. And I wanted to make some projects that are bigger this year because sometimes I like when you have like large pieces sitting on your fireplace mantle. That's why I plan to put these big candlesticks is on my fireplace mantle, and I think that will be really, really pretty. I have a lantern that I made a couple maybe like last year, and it's a little bit big too. I'm gonna decorate that. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it this video or if I'm gonna do it on another video, but they would go well with these nice candlesticks that I'm making here today. That lantern will go well with it, so stay tuned for that also. I really enjoy having a mantle in my living room to decorate, and I know I'm planning, not to tell all my business, but I am planning on moving sometime in the near future, and I know, everywhere that you move may not have a fireplace or a fireplace mantle, but what I had done a couple years back is my nephew likes to do woodworking, and I got him to make me a movable fireplace, full fireplace mantle, and I have it sitting in my dining room. So wherever I move, I'll just take that with me, and I can have a nice mantle everywhere that I go. I accidentally add a little bit too much of that antique wax, so I'm going to just go over it with a little bit more paint, and there, I got the look that I was going for right there. Okay, so now I need to get a hole in the top, just a hole big enough for my dowel. That's going to be my wick for my candle. So I have this tool. I don't even know what it is. I guess I should look up and see what it is, but the tip of it gets really hot and you can put a hole in plastic, wood, or anything. But I just put that little tip on there and twist it around and around a little bit, and it made the perfect little hole for my candle wick, which is just a wooden dowel. So next I took some piece of poster board and I cut out a flame. It kind of looks like a teardrop shape, but that's going to be the flame to my candle, and I just use these little pieces of poster board to do that. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm going to make a front and back to my flame, and I'm going to put the little dowel wick, I'm going to hot glue that in the middle. Okay, so now that I have all 4 of my little pieces, now I'm just going to cut down my dowel. And I'm just going to have maybe like, I'm going to cut it down to like 2 inches, two pieces that are 2 inches long, and that'll be long enough so that just a little portion of it is still showing when I stick it inside of my candle. So I went ahead and I glued the two sides together, and I put the little dowel in the middle, and so I have my flame, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to just stick it inside of that little hole, and it's going to perfectly sit in that hole. I'm also going to reinforce it with hot glue, but I just wanted you guys to see that that hole was the same size. It was just perfect. So there's my flame inside my candle. Perfect. Now I'm going to show you how I put it together. I'm going to do the other one here on camera just so you guys can see how I took the 2 sides and I put the little piece of wood in the center with the hot glue. And there's my little flame. And now I'm going to just take it and I will stick it inside of my candle, right in that little hole that we made. Alright, so next I'm going to take my gold paint, and this is just some gold paint that I got from Dollar General, and I'm just going to go around the edges of my my flame just to add a little bit of color and dimension to that, and I'm just going to go right around the edges on both sides. So then I thought it needed a little bit of something else, so I took my hot glue gun and I just made some drippings of the hot glue to make it look like candle wax dripping down the top, and I did that on both of my little candlesticks here. Well, not little, these are quite big. Both of my big candlesticks, I did this right here on the top as I'm doing right here. And now I'm going to take that same gold paint and touch it up because you could hardly see it because the wax, the hot glue was kind of clear. So I'm just going to touch it up with this gold paint. Just that same gold paint that I used before on the flame. Now my giant candles need a giant bow. So I'm going to take this Dollar Tree ribbon, and what I'm going to do with it is I'm going to cut, I think I did 5 strips, 1 around the middle and 4 for the bow, or maybe I did 1 around the middle and 5 for the bow. But that's what I'm going to do here, and I'll show you guys how I did that. And I'm just going to hot glue this piece right around the candle, and then I'm going to take and make 5 pieces. And these pieces that I cut were about, I'd say 10 inches long, and then I'm just going to fold them over in half. Yeah, so it was 5 loops that I needed. So I just had to cut 1 more loop, and then I bunch them together and then tie them off with a zip tie and then fluff them out. Now all of my tails, I'm going to fluff them out and pull them apart and twist them in the right direction before I cut the dovetails on the ends. And now that I have them all in the right direction, I cut my little dovetails in the end of each of my tails. And after that, I'm going to hot glue the ribbon around the middle and hot glue the bow, and I'll show you what it looks like at the end of the video. And here are our giant adorable candlesticks. The bowls are really big, but I just hot glue them right in the middle, and that's our flame with our wax, and here's the bow. And I'm just gonna sit these nicely on my fireplace mantle around Christmas time. I think the bows turned out perfectly, and it was just the touch these large wooden candles needed. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Is this something that you want to try and recreate? And if so, what would you do differently? I am so pleased with how these turned out. Alright guys, thank you so much for clicking on my video today. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and share this out if you think others would like to see it too. I really appreciate you all. And remember, when you can't find the sunshine, be the sunshine.